Okay, I think we're ready. Once again, good afternoon sa ating lahat. So today is our last topic for our subject, which is Principles of Steel Design. So we will try our best to finish everything, no? Lahat ng topics na kailangan nating matapos for today. So kung hindi siya kasya, we will just continue sa ating next meeting. But we will try to finish everything today or this session. So ang topic po natin ngayon class is we have two topics. First one is welded steel connections. Diba? We are already done with bolted steel connections. Tapos, second topic natin today is babalik tayo sa bolted steel connections pero LRFD na yung gagamitin natin. And then our third and last topic is LRFD na welded steel connections. Okay? So, ang same lang din yung concept natin sa welded steel connection if i-compare natin sa bolted steel connection. So, meron tayong gross area, net area, then we have block shear, and based on shear on weld. Okay? So, kumbaga, yung ating concept dito is stress is equivalent to force divided by area. So, stress is equivalent to our force P over area. So, dyan pa din tayo nakafocus. So, area, ibig sabihin, nagkaka-iba-iba depending kung ano yung area na concern natin. Okay? So, wala nang formula na binigay. Diretso tayo sa ating problem. Then, let us try to formulate yung area kung ano yung ina-analyze natin or kung ano yung hinahanap. Okay, problem number 1, no? 76 mm by 76 mm by 6 mm angular section shown is welded to a 8 mm thick gusset plate. So, ito yung gusset plate, ito yung angle bar. So, steel is A36 with Fy of 248 and Fu which is 400 MPa. So, the electrode used is E60 with Fu of 414. So, as you can see, class, we have 2 Fu. Ibig sabihin yan, yung first the Fu natin is sa ating mga plates and yung Fu na 414 is sa ating weld. Yan ha, baka kasi titingnan nyo, dalawa siya. Ang 400 kay plate, ang 414 kay electrode, no? Or electrode kay weld. Ibig sabihin ng electrode used is E60. Parang ano siya, capacity or yung quality na ginamit na weld. So the length L1, as you can see in the figure, is 65 mm. Then the length L2 is 125 mm. And the cross-sectional area of the angle, yung angle bar natin, is 926 millimeter squared. So, allowable stresses according to NSCP. Ito, you need to memorize this, pero minsan, no, binibigay naman din siya. So, if, for example, sa quiz and exam natin, wala. So, I'll just give it to you. Pero pag sa board exam class, I think you really need to memorize it or kumaga familiarize man lang kapag hindi siya binigay. So, pag tension is 0.6 Fy, di ba? Same lang sa bolt. Tension sa net area 0.5 Fu, same lang din sa bolt, di ba? Kasi we are talking about our plate and angle bar here. So, hindi talaga siya mag-iiba. So, shear on net area, same pa din, no? 0.3 Fu. Then, on effective area on weld, the shear is 0.3 Fu pa rin. Okay. So, number 1, determine the value of P based on tension in gross area. So, same pa din sa topic natin sa bolt, 'di ba? Force over area, area na in concern natin. Number 2 is determine the value of P based on tension in net area using a strength reduction coefficient of 85%. So, ibig sabihin, yung gross area, no, kunin na natin yung net, then multiply natin yung 0.85 yung kanyang strength. Kasi may reduction coefficient na binigay. Number 3 is determine the value of P based on block shear in gusset plate along the weld. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, yung gusset plate daw po yung mapupunit, hindi yung weld. So, ibig sabihin, pag mapupunit siya, we have two types of failure. Yung shear, itong along our L1 and L2, di ba? Kasi that is parallel to our P. And yung tension, itong side na to, because that is perpendicular to our force. So, tension and shear, block shear. The number 4, determine the value of P based on shear in the weld. So, ibig sabihin yung weld mismo yung mag-shear, mapunit. So, yan yung bago sa atin ngayon. No? Use thickness of weld is 6 mm. 6 mm yung thickness. Number 5, based sa apat, determine the maximum value of P that our section can handle or could handle. Okay, start tayo. So, ayan siya, 65, 125, 76. Ito yung bar po natin. Then, erase ko muna. Dito ko ilalagay. F is equivalent to P over A. No, cross-sectional view ng ating angle bar and yung ating section, literal. So, gusset plate, then, ito yung angle bar natin. 76 by 76, yung thickness ng ating plate or ng angle bar is 6 mm. So, lagyan natin 6 mm. This is also 6 mm. Okay, start tayo. First one, ang hinahanap po natin is tension in gross area of our angle bar. Ibig sabihin, yung angle bar mismo, yung mag-fail. Magisi. So, same pa din, no? Yung P yung hinahanap, so allowable equals actual. So, allowable is 0.6 Fy based on gross area. Then, actual is force over area. So, binigyan po tayo ng area ng angle bar. So, input lang natin siya. So, 0.6 Fy is equivalent to P over Ag. Input natin 0.6. Fy natin is 248. I hope that you have your calculators, class. I need you to help me in calculating this one. So, we have P divided by Ag. Binigyan po tayo ng area gross na 926. So, based on the gross area of the angle bar, what is our P in kilonewton? So, ibig sabihin, yung result nito, paki-divide ng 1,000. I hope everybody will participate. So, kapag wala yung calculator mo dyan, no, maghanap ka ng calculator. Para may participation tayo lahat. Then, if lumabas na yung sagot, pwede pa rin humabol, class, ha? Just type our answer. Okay? Again, everybody participate. So, ang sagot po natin is 137.789 kilonewton. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, pag lumampas dyan, yan yung mag-fail yung angle bar natin. Next, number 2 is based on our net area. So, allowable equals actual. Based on net area of our angle bar, that is 0.5 FU, then P over AE. Net area. So, kapag net area, no, wala naman tayong bolt na dadaanan, all we need to do is to multiply our area gross by our multiplier, yung 0.85 natin. Strength reduction factor. Ayan, thank you. Habol. So, lagay natin dito, 0.5 times 400. Again, net area. So, 0.5 FU. Then P po natin is, yan yung hinahanap. Divided by 0.85 times area gross, 926. So again, yung 0.85 is binigay po kanina. So based on our net area, what is our allowable load? Point load in kilonewton. So yung sagot dito, pag shift solve, i-divide mo yang ng 1,000. Yes, ayan. Pwede umabol, no? Our answer is 157.42 kilonewton. That is our final answer. Okay, next. Number 3, no? So number 3 natin is based on block shear. 'Di ba? Ibig sabihin pa, yung gusset plate ha, again, gusset plate yung mag-fail. Ibig sabihin, mapupunit yung gusset plate na ganito yung color black na to, yung pattern niya. So, ibig sabihin, we have the combination of tension and shear. Color red si tension, color green naman yung shear. So, ibig sabihin, area lang, no? Area ng naka-tension, area ng naka-shear. Again, gusset plate po yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. So, ito yung part na naka-tension. Ito yung part na naka-shear. So, kumbaga, ang result nito, class, no, pag matatanggal siya, what will happen? Yung gusset plate, ganito na yung itsura. No, natanggalan na siya. Parang ganyan. Yan, di ba? So, hollow na yan dyan. Tanggal na siya. That is for our number 3 na failure. Okay, so input natin 0.5 FU, then thickness of our gusset plate, kasi siya yung mag-fail, then length of our tension na side. So, thickness, binigyan tayo kanina, length is 76. Binigay din yan. Then, proceed tayo sa ating shear. So, 0.3 times FU, thickness ng ating gusset plate. Diba? Kasi, syempre, may thickness yung gusset plate natin. Diba? Pag naka-3D. Yan. Diba? Hindi lang makikita doon na side. Parang ganyan. Okay? So, times length ng naka-shear. So, this is LV. This is not LT ha. Edit lang natin mamaya. This is LV. Okay? So, input natin 0.5 times 400 thickness ng ating gusset plate. Bigyan natin ng arrow. Thickness po ng gusset plate natin is 6 mm. Ay, sorry. 8 pala. 8 mm na thickness. So, 0.5, 400 times 8 times 76. Then, next is 0.3 times 400 times 8. Then, yung naka-shear na length is 60 is 125. So, what is our P in terms of block shear? Sir, always ba perpendicular ang tension sa load and forces po? Tension is perpendicular. Yan, no? Pasensya. Medyo mahina yung internet dito. So, again, to recap, may nag-ask kung yung tension ba is always perpendicular. Yes po. As you can see in the figure, tension is perpendicular and shear is parallel. So, our answer is correct. 304 kilonewton. Ayan, di ba? Napansin niyo sa ating welded steel connection, yung concept ng gross, net, and block shear, same pa din. Ito lang yung naiba sa number 3 based on our shear in our welds. So, first, Yan, color blue. Weld shear. Ibig sabihin, pag natanggal to, buo pa din yung gusset plate, buo pa din yung ating angle bar, yung weld mismo yung nag-fail. So, that is actual equals allowable. No? Allowable equals actual. So, allowable na shearing ng ating weld is 0.3 FU. Take note, yung FU ng ating weld is hindi 400, yung 414. Okay? Then, actual is force over area pa din. Pero, area ng ating weld. So, ibig sabihin, rectangular, we need to find the thickness of the weld, which is perpendicular sa ating surface itself. Hindi naman siya perpendicular, but yung nasa gitna niya na thickness. So, yung binigay sa atin na thickness ng weld, hindi po yun literal yung gagamitin natin. So, yung mga books, sa mga books and mga references, binibigay yung formula on how to convert, pero explain natin kung saan galing yung formula ng thickness na i-multiply natin to find our area of weld. Okay? As always, explain natin kung saan galing. So, P is equivalent to TE times LW. Ibig sabihin ng thickness na E is thickness ng weld na which is along our, for example, no, may drawing tayo mamaya, so, pero drawing ko lang siya. So, di ba? Pag tinawag kasi nating thickness of weld, ito TW, TW. Pero yung hinahanap po natin dapat na si TE. So, no. Paano siya kunin? Ayan, may mga part na hindi ako nagsasalita, no, kasi nadi-disconnect siya. So again, meron tayong figure dito. Ito yung, for example, yung ating section. Then ito yung color red, yung ating weld. So pag sinabing thickness of weld, yan yung height or yung kanyang base. Pero yung kailangan natin sa formula is yung TE, yung measurement sa gitna ng ating weld itself. So based dito, pag meron tayong weld connections, naka 45 degrees po yung ating triangle. Assuming ha. So therefore, binigyan tayo ng 6 na thickness of our weld. That is our TW, not our TE. TW. Ayan, so ang kailangan po natin kunin is si TE. Sa gitna. So based, gagamitan natin ng trigonometry, di ba? 90 degrees tsaka 90 degrees, focus tayo sa isang triangle lang. So for example, itong triangle na to, gawin natin color green. Ayan na. For example, let us focus sa triangle na to. So ito yung 90 degrees. So ito yung ating hypotenuse. Height. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, this is 45 degrees, this is also 45 degrees. So, for example, focus tayo dito, pero same naman din siya, no? This is our opposite, OPP. And this is our adjacent, So, ibig sabihin, opposite divided by hypotenuse is sine, di ba? So, katawa. So is katawa. So, opposite over hypotenuse. So, that is TE divided by TW. TE divided by T. Kasi lagyan natin na TW. Thickness of weld. So, pag i-transfer natin sa kabila, TE is equivalent to TW multiplied by sine of 45. So, kapag i-compute mo sa calculator, sine 45 is 0.707. So, that's why sa mga books, No, imbis na ganito yung formula, ginagawa nilang ganito. P divided by 0.707 T, which is thickness of our weld. No, T or TW, sa inyong na. Okay, specific ko lang. Then length of our weld. Yan lang. No? So all you need to do is to memorize. TE is 0.707 of thickness of weld. So input lang natin, 0.3 FU is equivalent to P divided by 0.707 T thickness of weld times length of our weld. Okay, start tayo. Again, calculator, 0.3 times 414. Again, 414 yung gagamitin natin kasi we are talking about the weld, not our plates. So, P divided by 0.707 times 6, thickness of weld. Kumbaga, itong part na to, yan yung TE natin. Then, multiplied by 65 plus 76 plus 125. So, paki-shift solve, pwede mo ding ilipat sa kabila, what is our P? Yes, that's correct. That is 140.144 kilonewton. Final answer. Ayan, so meron tayong 4 na sagot. Based sa 4 na yon, ano yung mag-govern? O, sino yung i-respect natin na point load? So, yung pinakamaliit, syempre. So, that is 137.789 galing sa ating gross area of the angle bar. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Kapag meron tayong section na ganito, yung pinakamahina is yung angle bar. So, most likely, pag meron tayong point load, yung pinakaunang mag-fail is yung angle bar. Ibig sabihin, mag-break siya dito. So, yan. Yung ating welded steel connection. So, you can see, no? Yung 1, 2, 3, our next example. Again, if you have any questions, just chat sa ating chat box. Ay, nawala. Yes, lag manggod siya. So, mawala-wala usahay. Ang sabi ko lang is, next problem tayo para mas matutunan natin. I don't know, no? Medyo mahina yung internet dito. Basta yung sinabi ko is, pag sinabing point load, no, ang pipiliin natin or yung allowable is yung pinakamaliit. Okay. Sige. Hindi ko din alam kung saan yung naputol na part. So anyway, proceed tayo sa number 2. So we have here a plate and an angle bar. So an angle of 150 by 100 by 10 mm is connected to the gusset plate. So ito yung gusset plate, ito yung angle bar. The size of weld is 8 mm and using E70 electrodes, shear on net area is 0.3 FU. Okay, dalawa lang yung hinahanap. Determine the required length of weld required at the toe of the angle. Ayan, sa toe. Then, determine the required length of weld required at the heel of the angle. So, ang problema natin dito, sino si toe, sino si heel. So, kumbaga, isipin mo lang na paa mo to. Di ba? So, ito yung toes mo, no? Toes minus napakanta. So, ito yung heel natin. Di ba? Isipin mo na paa mo to pero naka-vertical, no? Ito yung ground. Kumbaga, nakaapak ka sa wall. Spider-Man. Anyway, so, as you can see, binigyan tayo 150, L1, tsaka L2. Ang goal po natin, ano yung mga sukat nila para possible tong loadings na to. Okay, so start tayo. Ayan, meron tayong 400 kilonewton na binigay. Then, binigyan din tayo ng location ng ating force, which is 35 mm from the bottom. So, try natin yan, no? So, kapag sinabing E70, electrode 70, tapos wala siyang binigay na FU sa ating weld, dapat kunin mo siya ng mano-mano. Paano siya gawing MPa? So, pag sinabing E70, all you need to do is multiply it by 6.9 kasi yung tinatawag na 70 dyan is in KSI. No? Kilopound per square inches. That is KSI. So, times natin sa 6.9 para ma-convert. That is 483 megapascal. Yan na. So, do not complain pag sa quiz or exam natin na, sir, walang FU. Kung ano yung label natin ng electrode ng ating weld, multiply mo lang ng 6.9 para makuha si FU. Yan na. Okay. So, let's proceed. Ayan. So, sa number 2 tayo. Unahin natin siya, no? Kasi kapag sa number 1 yung unahin natin, kasi sa L1 is sa toe, sa taas. So, medyo mahirap siya kunin. Ang ginawa nating datum is nasa baba, nasa heel. So kumbaga, si number 2 yung una nating makukuha. So, same pa din, no? Shearing stress na allowable equals actual. Allowable po natin is 0.3 FU, binigay. Then, actual is P over AW, which is na-discuss na natin kanina. Again na, type sa ating chat box if you have any concern. Tapos, P divided by TE times LW. Then, na-discuss natin is TE. Diba? Pag ito yung weld natin, ito yung thickness ng weld, ito yung thickness sa gitna, which is 0.707 thickness ng weld. So, ayan. 0.707 TLW. So, ayan. Equate natin siya. 0.3 FU equals P over 0.707 TLW. So, we are talking here, yung LW, yung length ng L2. So, lagay natin. Sorry. This is the total length. L1 plus 150 plus L2. Total length. Okay. So, lagay natin. Paki-type sa calculator. 0.3483 equals 400,000. Kasi naka-kilonewton, ginawa natin Newton. Divided by 0.707 times 8. Shift solve. What is our LW or ating total length of weld? Okay, I need to confirm. So everybody use your calculator. Yes, that's correct. Again, everybody habol kayo. So our answer is 488 millimeters. That is the total length of our weld dapat. Pero ang problema, yung kailangan po natin is L1 tsaka L2. So pag si 488 minus natin sa 150, hindi natin alam kung sino si L1 tsaka L2 doon, no? Paano pag-divide? So proceed tayo. Gagamit po na tayo ng Varignon's theorem para ma-divide. Depende, no? So, based on our area. So area total is equivalent to our Y bar. Again, yung reference point natin is yung nasa ilalim. That is equivalent to the summation of each area ng ating weld times Y. So area total natin is thickness ng ating weld, which is yung TE, yung sa gitna na thickness, times length of weld. So take note, lahat naman din sila is may TE, so pwede na to i-cancel out. Diba? Okay lang, i-cancel out na ako. Kamo manggihapon, ma-divide magyapon siya TE tanan, ma-cancel out. So ibig sabihin, imbes na area total, length total na lang yung gagamitin natin. So 488.070 times 35. That is equivalent to L2, no, times 0. Again, ito is times 35 kasi, diba, 35 yung ating force o yung neutral axis. Diba? Y bar. Then, L2, yung L2, ginawa natin siya as reference line, so wala po siyang Y bar, 0. Then next, si L1 nasa itaas. Based on our figure, yung kanyang Y bar is 75. Sorry, ito. Sorry, 150. So, ang kanyang length is 150. Ito. Sorry. So, I am talking about this. Ito na sa gilid. Si 150, ang length niya, ang kanyang Y bar is 75 na sa gitna. Then, si L1, may isa pa pala, nasa itaas. Then, yung kanyang Y bar is 150. So, tatlo sila ha. Si L2, 0 yung kanyang Y bar. Si 150, 75 yung kanyang Y bar. And si L1, 150 yung kanyang Y bar. So, what is our length 1 based on our Varignon's theorem? So, L1 is our toe. What if alam mo na yung dalawang sagot, no? Pero hindi mo alam sino si toe, hindi sino si heel. Sayang naman. So, L1 is 38.883. That is our toe. So, last thing that we need to do, deduct lang natin siya sa length total, si LW, is equivalent to L1 plus L2 plus 150. So, ibig sabihin, 488.070 equals L1, 38.883 plus L2 plus 150. So, what is our L2? Ayan, L2 po natin is 299.187. Very good. That is our length at our heel. Uy, na-late yung pag-cancel out. Nasa last part. So, yun lang. So, ayan siya, na-late, no? Final answer. Okay, we're done with our welded steel connection. So, as you can see, naka-concentric. Diba? Same sa ating bolt, we have concentric and eccentric. So, we are done with our first part, welded steel connections with concentric forces. Punta na naman tayo sa welded steel connections with eccentric. May eccentricity. So, let us start with our concept first. Again, type sa ating chat box if you have any questions so far. Ayan. So, pag-usapan natin to, welded na in-torsion. No, meron tayong, which is, di ba, na lesson din natin to last time, pag bolts. Pag may weld, then, natitwist siya, natitwist. So, may torsion. Based on our strength of materials or mechanics of deformable bodies, torsional stress is TR over J. Yan na, derive muna natin yung formula. So, J is polar moment of inertia, that is Ix plus Iy. Diba? Then, formula natin ng Ix and Iy kapag mag-transfer moment of inertia tayo is Ix plus Ay squared plus Iy plus Ax squared. So, we are talking about our rectangle. Yung section natin, di ba? Rectangle, di ba? Rectangle yung ating weld. So, kapag Ix, perpendicular yung ating height, kung ano yung nire-respect natin na axis. So, kapag Ix is length times TE, si TE yung naka-perpendicular kay x-axis, so siya yung naka-cube over 12. Plus LTE, that is our area, times y squared. So, ito yung Ixy squared na part. Then, sa kabila, respect natin si y-axis. So, si L yung naka-perpendicular kay y-axis. So, siya yung naka-cube. TEL cube over 12. Again nasa concept pa tayo, deriving of our formula. So, kapag nahihirapan ka dito, don't worry, you just need to memorize the formula. Pero where's the fun? That's why gina-explain nato para malaman nyo kung saan galing yung formula. Okay, so TEL cube over 12 plus LTE, that is our area, times x squared. So, ibig sabihin, class, yung TE kasi natin, di ba, naka-decimal? Di ba? 0.707 of our thickness of weld. So, ibig sabihin, kapag may decimal tayo or maliit masyado na value, then i-cube mo siya, anong mangyayari? Liliit ng liliit, di ba? Try to multiply, 0.5 cube. Di ba? Magiging mas maliit pa. So, therefore, sa book and references natin, tinatanggal na lang po siya. Ibig sabihin parang wala na yung ambag, maliit na masyado yung ambag niyan. So para ma-simplify yung ating pag-solve, tinatanggal na lang siya. Pero dito na part, as you can see, hindi siya tinanggal. Kasi yung L is malaki, so hindi siya maka-cancel out. Etong part na lang na to, sobraan sad ka. Cancel out yung mga pili. Ito lang na part, LTE cube. So therefore, ayan, factor out yung same sa kanila, LTE, so L squared over 12 na lang yung remaining dito na part. Then ito is y squared, then ito is x squared. So ito yung simplified na formula. Okay? Let's continue. In deriving our formula, meron na tayong J. So, substitute natin sa ating general formula. So, magiging torsional stress is equivalent to TR over, eto, summation of LTE, di ba? Kasi marami tayong sections ng ating weld, times L squared over 12 plus X squared plus Y squared. And then, same sa ating bolt, no? Di ba? Torsional stress is also equivalent to our force over area. Pero again, kina-cancel out na yung length. So, TE na lang siya. So, para siyang force in every millimeter. No? So, etong stress na to is naka-force per millimeter. Hindi siya naka-force per millimeter squared. Kasi, di ba, pag weld is pahaba siya. So, hindi constant yung length natin. Humahaba siya. So, PM over TE rather than PM over TE times L. Okay? So, relate natin, transfer natin sa kabila, magiging PM is equivalent to TE over T. Di ba? Familiar yung PM? Nasa volt din yan. That is our point load based on our moment. Moment load. So, therefore, lipat natin si TE sa kabila. No? Tau times TE. Then, palitan natin si TE tau into PM. So, ito yung formula natin in determining our PM. So, I hope you understand it, no? Pero kung hindi, just memorize the formula. Parang alam natin kung saan galing. So, PM equals TR over summation of L squared over 12, X squared plus Y squared. Weld that is in torsion. Okay, so start tayo. Now, this is an example of torsional load. May eccentricity tayo. What will happen to our weld? No, mag-tilt siya. So, naka-torsion. So, a-applyan natin ng formula kanina. So, the plate is connected to the column using 8 mm fillet welds. So, thickness ng weld yon. Determine the following. Number 1, shear stress due to load alone. So, kapag load alone, anong gagawin? Force over area lang yan. Ano yung area? Length ng ating weld. Saan yung weld dito? Yung merong shaded part na I think this is color red. Then shear stress due to moment, yung PM. So yung PM na makukuha natin, i-divide lang natin sa area, magiging stress na siya. Then number 3 is maximum shear stress. So combination of load alone and moment load. Okay, let's start. Number 1. Yan, si letter F. So, actual is equivalent to force over area. We are talking sa ating weld dito ha. So, area ng weld is TE times LT, length total. TE natin is 0.707 thickness ng ating weld. Diba? Alam na natin yan. Pero take note, no? LT. Kumbaga, point load per length tayo. So, parang tinanggal siya. So, F over LT is PD. So, PD, TE. No, PD is F over LT. No, parang sa bolt, di ba? Pag may force P, dinidivide natin sa number of bolts para maging PD. Dito, yung force dinidivide sa total length of our weld para maging PD. So, naging PD over TE. Naka per length na tayo. Okay, so lagay natin T is 0.707T. Lagay natin FV is equivalent to PD 0.707T. So cross-section of weld is naka-rectangular. Ito yung PDX natin which is 0, di ba? Kasi wala naman tayong horizontal load. Hindi naman din siya naka-diagonal. So walang ambag sa x-axis. Then PDY natin, no, mag-react siya in opposite direction. So that is F over LT. Yan ang discuss natin kanina. So that is 140 Newton, paki-calculator po, divided by dalawa, kasi dalawa, no? Dalawang 250 mm. So what is our PDY in terms of Newton per mm? Ang force natin na is naka-force per length. So that is 280 Newton per mm. Ayan. So substitute lang natin siya. May PD na tayo. Lagay mo lang 280 divided by 0.707 times 8. So what is our shearing stress due to load alone? Ayan. That is 49.505 megapascal. Next, no, another solution, no? Again, there are too many ways to kill a cat. So, pwedeng diretsyo mo na siya i-solve. Pero again, ito yung standard kasi ginawa natin siyang per unit length. Pwede po hindi mo i-diretsyo na lang, no? FV equals F.707 TLT. Diba? Yan yung formula natin kanina. Again, take note. Tama to siya. Tama din to. Pero ito yung style ng pag-solve natin kasi, diba, naalala ninyo kapag naka-torsion, per bolt tayo. So dito, pag torsion, per unit length tayo ng ating weld. Pero same pa din yung sagot na lalabas. Input natin, F is 1,400 divided by 0.07 times 8 times 2 kasi dalawa times 250. Paki-calculator nito, class. Ano yung sagot kapag etong formula ang gagamitin? Ayan. How about the others? No, pang-confirm lang. Ayan, that's correct. Same pa din siya. 49.505 megapascal. Very good. Proceed tayo kay number 2. Due to our moment. So may formula na tayo kanina na derived na natin. PM. Load due to moment is equivalent to TR over summation of L squared over 12 plus X squared plus Y squared. So input natin, T is torsion. No, torsion is force times lever arm. Parang moment siya, 'di ba? Lever arm is yung force papunta sa neutral axis of our weld. So nasa gitna ng weld natin, ito. So again, hindi to volta, parang reference point lang to para malaman natin, no, 'di ba? Pag tilt, same sa bolt. So we have edge 1, 2, 3, and 4. So mag-react siya is pa upside. Upwards. Upwards. Again, representation lang yung mga dot. Hindi siya literal na apat lang yung weld. Representation. So, based on our torsion, no, mag-ikot siya clockwise. So, mag-react. Same pa din yung style natin. Yung mga edges, i-connect natin sa neutral axis ng ating weld. Nasa gitna. So, pag kay number 4, tayo mag-start. Paano siya mag-react? Upwards na nakatilt, 'di ba? Na gawa din natin to kay bolt. Si number 3, paano siya mag-react? Si clockwise dito, counterclockwise, pababa. Si number 1, paano mag-react? Again, clockwise yung ating pag-ikot, so counterclockwise, ayan. Pababa din siya. Si number 2 is pataas. So counterclockwise yung pag-ikot because that is the reaction of our weld due to our torsion. Next. So, gawin natin, T is equivalent to F times D, no? Force times lever arm sa neutral axis. We have 300, we have 250 divided by 2. Di ba? So, multiply natin 140 yung force times 300 plus 250 divided by 2. What is our T? Okay, sagot po. Ilan? That is, yes, 59,500 kilonewton mm. So next is our summation of L squared over 12 plus X squared plus Y squared. Input natin, diba? Yung L natin is 250. L squared natin, same pa din, 250 squared. Again, nakafocus siya. Summation of L is lahat. Yung L dito sa loob is yung isang representative lang. Ayan na, baka sabihin nyo 2 times 250 dito sa taas is 2 times 250 din. Hindi. Representative. Squared over 12, x squared natin. So ito yung neutral axis. What is our, pakihula. In terms of x bar, what is the location? Drawing natin. Yung center of gravity sa weld na to is nasa gitna. Dito din is nasa gitna. So what is our x bar? Anyone? Any hula? X bar? We are talking about the x, not the y. Yes, that's correct. 0. Tama naman din yung 250, pero advance lang ta. Diba? Yung yan siya, 0. Yung 250 po is yung ating y. Mali. Buo man tong 250 ni mo. Yung nasa gitna lang. So, y natin is 100. Ito, 200 divided by 2. Yan yung x bar natin and y bar. So, paki-calculator, what is 2 times 250? Times 250 squared over 12 plus 0 squared plus 100 squared. Ayan, that is 7,604,166.667 mm cubed. Very good. So next, ayan, meron na tayong PMX and PMY. Pag PMX, TRY, no? Diba? Same sa ating bolt. Yung location ng center of gravity papunta sa ating neutral axis in y-axis. So start tayo. Sa PMX, we have 59,500. And yung T natin. RY, again, is yung location ng y-bar. Diba? 100 mm. Diba? Pataas tayo. Divided by 7604,166.667. So what is our PMX? Ayan. That is 782.466 Newton mm. So next, proceed tayo. How about kay PMY? P natin is same pa din, 59,500. Sa denominator natin, same pa din, 7 million. How about our RX? That is, eto, di ba yung most stressed. Kanina, i-clarify natin ha, kanina, yung x squared dito, that is the location of our neutral axis papunta sa center of gravity ng weld. Ngayon, yung Rx dito and Ry is location sa ating neutral axis papunta sa most stressed na section or point ng ating weld. So, saan yung pinaka-most stressed? Nasa dulo ng weld. So, that's why Ry, 100 mm, di ba? Kasi kahit saan pa siya dyan, 100 mm pa din yung distance. Pero dito sa X, yung pinaka-stress natin is si bolt number 4, di ba? Siya yung pinaka-against sa ating flow. Sorry, that is not bolt number 4, but our section number 4 or point number 4. For representation lang yan siya. That's why hindi siya nagtanong kung saan banda yung most stressed. So, ito yung most stressed natin, Rx. Ayan, papunta sa ating most stressed na point. So, that is 125. Hindi po siya 0. So, tama yung nagsabi ng 125 kanina, pero medyo advanced lang yung sagot niya. So, what is our PMY? Okay, that is 978.082 Newton mm. So, anong gagawin sa dalawa? Siyempre, Pythagorean. Or kumbaga, summation natin siya. Resultant, ayan, resultant of our PMX and PMY. So, that is a square root of 782.466 squared plus 978.082 squared. So, what is our PM? Ilan? That is 1,252.556 Newton mm. So, syempre, that is not our final answer. Yung hinahanap po is yung stress. Stress is force over area. So, meron na tayong force divided by area. Again, nauna na. Sir, bakit walang L sa baba? Di ba area is TE times L? Nauna na yung L natin. Diba? That's why yung ating point load dito is Newton per mm. Kumbaga naka-embed na yung length. So therefore, PM over TE na lang. Hindi na siya PM over TEL. So input natin 1252.556, 0.070, 0.707 times 8. Diba? TE is 0.07, 0.707 thickness of weld. So what is our FV? That is, very good, no? 221.457 MPa. That is our stress due to our torsion. Okay, next, number 3. Sabi niya, maximum. Pag sinabing maximum combination of our point load na stress and our torsional stress na load. Hindi din pwedeng i-add mo yung dalawa kaagad. Hindi po. Kailangan natin siyang i-resultant. So, eto. PDX kanina na-solve natin 0. PDY is 280. PMX is 782.466. And PMY is 978.082. So, anong gagawin? Resultant. PDX plus PMX squared. PDY plus PMY squared. So, what is our P total for our maximum force due to point load and our moment? Ay, sorry. I-input 0.782 squared to 80, 978.082 squared. What is our PT? That is 1481. That's correct. 1481.561 Newton per mm. Again, naka-point load pa yan. So, i-divide natin sa TE. Again, nauna na yung L. So, redundant na paglalagyan mo ulit dito ng L. So, that is 1481.561 divided by 0.707 times 8. So, what is our maximum stress due to torsion? Okay, so that is 261.945 megapascal. Ayan. So, para mas maintindihan natin, let us have our last example for welded steel connections before we proceed with our next topic. So, ayan siya. Gonna just type sa chat box natin if you have any questions. So, next. Welded steel connection pa din siya. Then, meron tayong eccentricity. So, given P is 60 kilonewton, A is 200, and B is 500 millimeters. Calculate the average vertical force per unit length. So, naka-newton per mm tayo. Ang gagawin mo lang dito is yung force divided by the total length of weld. Yun lang. Then, assuming that the distance A is 0. So, sa first or number 1, disregard natin to na figure. Yung P daw is nasa shaded part. A is 0. So, number 2, calculate the horizontal force per unit length and per mm of the weld due to the eccentric load. So, ibig sabihin, apply mo yung A is equivalent to 200 mm. Then last one, calculate the resultant force per unit length of the weld due to eccentric load. So, sa number 2 is horizontal force. Sa number 3 is resultant force. Kumbaga kasali na yung bending niya, no? Mamaya, lagay natin. Okay, so sa number 1, napakadali, napakasimple. Sabi niya is disregard yung eccentricity, A is equivalent to 0. So, imbes na nandito yung point load, ilagay natin dito. Ang hinahanap po, literal, is force over length lang. Newton per mm. So, PDX is 0 kasi wala tayong x-axis. No, along our x-axis na point. PDY natin is 360, which is our P divided by our total length. Total length natin, dalawang weld natin ay 500 mm. So, 360,000 divided by 2 times 500. What is our PDY? Ayan, that is 360 Newton per mm. So, based dito, wala naman din tayong PDX. So, kapag i-ano mo siya, resultant, 360 pa rin yung labas. Pero if ever na may PDX, no, gawin mo lang is square root. Diba? Meron is P equals, or PD equals summation of PDX plus PDY squared. Kapag may PDX. Next, number 2. What if meron tayong eccentricity? Ayan, sa baba, figure number 2. Meron tayong eccentricity na 200 mm. So, lagay natin, no? This is not torsional. This is not torsion. This is, ano siya? Tension. Bending. Yung parang sa bolt, yung eccentricity. Hindi siya sa side, but rather than nasa front nila. So, kumbaga, naka-bend. Bending, hindi torsion. So, MC over I, yung ating formula. Moment is force times lever arm. Inertia is TEL cube over 12. So, again, bakit naging TEL cube? Diba? Ito yung rectangle natin. Ito yung L natin. Si L po yung parallel kay P. So therefore, si L yung naka-cube. Diba? That was our topic nung prelim sa bending stresses. So, MC over TEL cube over 12. Lagay natin. FBTE, ayan, lagay natin sa kabila. Bending stress times thickness of our weld na nakaslant na siya equals MC over L cube over 12. Then take note, no? Bending stress is also PM over TE. No, kapag ganito siya kapag per unit length yung ating force. So, ibig sabihin, pag i-transfer natin sa kabila, PM is equivalent to FBTE. So, parang nagde-derive pa tayo dito, class, ha? Pero kapag alam mo na yung derivation niya or yung formula, gamitin mo na kaagad. Pero, syempre, first time pa natin ngayon, pinakita ko pa kung paano siya dinerive. So, therefore, eto, papalitan natin ng PM. Ayan. PM equals M, moment is P times EC over L cubed over 12. So, just memorize this formula para pag may quiz exam, you just need to use kaagad itong formula na to pag bending stress in weld. So, input natin, we have PMX and PMY. PMX tayo, again, lagyan natin ng neutral axis. Ito yung C natin, di ba? Sa baba is in compression, sa taas is in tension. So, bending stress, mas ma-focus tayo sa tension. So, sa outermost fiber, topic natin sa prelim, MC over I, C is our neutral axis papunta sa outermost fiber, which is yung pinaka-stress na section or point. So, lagay natin, C is RY, ayan siya. Same lang sila, no? Which is 250. So, P natin is 360,000. E natin is electricity is 200. C natin is 250. And then, length natin is 500. Cube over 12. Then, times 2 kasi dalawang weld. So, dalawang inertia yung sangkot. Parang krimen, no? Sangkot dito. So, what is our PMX? Ayan, PMX po natin is 864 Newton mm. How about our PMY? Wala. Wala po tayong PMY. Pero try natin kung meron ba. Try sana to, ha? So, PMY is PEC. Kasi may final answer na, no? Spoiler siya. Pero tingnan natin kung bakit walang PMY. So, PEC natin, same pa din, PE. P is 3,600. P is 360,000. E is 200. Then, saan siya nagkatalo? Sa C is RX, which is 0. Diba? Ang neutral axis na kabuuhan sa ating weld is nasa gitna. Ang neutral axis natin is nasa gitna. So, ang ating RX, wala, 0. So, therefore, wala tayong PMY. Ayan. So, meron na tayong number 1 and number 2. Proceed po tayo kay number 3. So, sa number 3, sabi na maximum lang, di ba? Combination of our PDX and PMX. So, PDX is 0, PDY is 360, PMX is 864, PMY is 0. So, gamitan natin ng resultant, PDX plus PMX squared plus PDY PMY squared. Input, 864 squared plus 360 squared. What is our PT? Sagot po. Ayan, that is 936 Newton per mm. So, that is our answer. Again ha, hindi stress yung hinahanap. Ang hinahanap is force per length in millimeters. So, hindi na tayo nag-multiply ng or nag-divide ng TE sa baba. Okay, we're done with our first part. And thank you for listening. So, we will have a break before we proceed with our second topic. 5 minutes break.